It's been a while since I've done a video update about Project Stocker, so here goes. Here's what's new. So first thing, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll notice that the vehicle's in a different spot. I have a relative and was able to rent some space from them, so I've got a little bit more of a permanent home rather than working in an attached garage. So you can see the car's up on the blocks. Let's find out what's been going on and what's about to happen. Why is the car here? What's going on? Well, fresh build. Noticed I had a couple of issues. I'll show you. The first one, rather unsettling, is that puddle right there. Well, that's a mix of ATF and engine oil because the brand new rebuilt engine rear main is leaking. And the only way to deal with that is to remove the transmission. So that's exactly what's happening. But in order to remove the transmission, I've got to remove the headers, the drive shaft. And if you've watched any of my other content, you know that's a production to do. So we've got the headers out, the plugs out. We've got everything actually disconnected except for the rear cross member now and the bell housing bolts, which I'm about to work on soon. Get the transmission down, replace the rear main seal. I've got an offset seal for it, which I think will take care of that issue. So that's the first order of business. The reason I have it up on blocks is actually because there's some suspension work that needs to be done too. So I'm going to show you what's going to be coming. So here's a couple of boxes that arrived recently. First of all, got long wheel studs, which I'll need for my drag slicks to be NHRA legal. Big thing you'll notice here is I've got some serious rear suspension upgrades. So we're going with Maximum Motorsports Extreme Duty Lower Control Arms. They have the spherical bearing in front and rear. These are overkill for my application. However, I want to ensure that I'm getting maximum weight transfer. And in order to help with that piece, a common mod on Fox Mustangs is to upgrade your upper control arms. So I've done that as well. And I've gone under the recommendation of some pretty serious racers with a big upgrade. So I'm actually going to be using Baseline Systems upper control arms. Now, what these do is very important. Is they actually, number one, these are all steel with Heim joints. So these are going to replace those upper control arm bushings, which are notorious for falling apart and flexing. But better than that, they actually change the rear upper geometry. So they improve the launch point significantly. So if you're familiar with Baseline Systems, they're sort of, I would say, one of the go-tos in terms of improving the geometry on a Fox Mustang. And talking to other class racers that race in what I'm doing, they highly recommend this as a big upgrade. So this is going to allow me to get a better 60-foot and drastically improve my quarter-mile time. But in order to do that job, I need to pull out the rear end. The other thing I'll do is I've got a new cross member. Mine's got a little bit of rod in it, so we'll get that fitted. I also am going with a pretty common upgrade, but I'm going to upgrade the cooler lines from the AOD. The ones I have from the factory leak, they're not routed well around the header, and it makes kind of things real tricky for me. Cross member bolts are removed. Well, we'll talk about that. Bell housing bolts all gone. Underneath here, I'm using a Harbor Freight jack, transmission jack, under the pan. Rear cross members out, completely removed. And if we get down in here, the lines are disconnected. All the connections for the AOD are there, and converter bolts are off the stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to use a pry bar. I'm just going to separate. We're going to get this transmission back about an inch, get the converter studs released, and then I'll just bring it back and we'll just bring it down. I'm not sure even to pull it all the way out, but we'll set the camera up and give you a look. Right here I can see we got a converter bolt there that needs to come out. So, all right, how you doing? Okay, just stop there.
Oh, I can feel it drop down a little bit.
Yeah, okay, just hang on. Just one converter bolt's out. I just gotta see at the top. Make sure All those converter bolts are out, I think. Okay. So from what I can tell, should be pretty free and clear. Yeah, okay, we are definitely free and clear. So I'm gonna wiggle you back just a hair, just to clear, and we're gonna check all those electrical connections at the top. How do we look there? Just give me one sec. Just gonna bring the camera in just for gigs. You're along for the ride anyways, whoever's watching this. But you can see we are all disconnected. A little bit hard for me to get my camera in there, but we're all disconnected. So we're good there. Okay, I want to go back about half an inch or so just to be sure we're totally out of the clear here. Okay, yeah, we're clear there now. So you could probably lower that half a pump or so. Yeah, keep her going. Let's keep her going. Do you see anything snagging? I don't see anything snagging at all, so.
Not on this.
Okay, perfect. I think you can almost set that thing right on the ground, man, if you got the energy for it. And if not, I'll do that work. Yeah, okay. So there was some debate whether I was going to pull a transmission and engine together or try and use this transmission jack. Without question, this is the way to go. Way less work, way less danger. Don't have to totally dismiss. Okay, there. And I'll bring her back a few inches. There we go. Well, that's awesome. Okay, we'll pause this and take a look on the backside. All right, here's a look on the backside. So I've got an SFI flywheel, obviously because NHRA, but I've got a leak in here, which is, first thing I'm checking for is there's a chance it was leaking from the flywheel bolts, but I did put a sealant on them, and I can see that there's definitely no oil leaking on the outside. So I know it's not the flywheel bolt holes. That's something that can sometimes happen, or at least I don't believe it is because I don't see any residue. So what I'm going to do is remove the flywheel, and then I'll be able to actually get a look at the rear main seal and take off that separator plate and get a better idea. But yeah, just if you have to pull a transmission out, I'm going to tell you that that $50 lift from Harbor Freight is a back saver and is definitely a deal breaker. So can't go wrong there. All right, so the impact took those off. So let's take the flywheel off and then we can have a look. Sorry, that's crooked. A little hard to do this with one hand. Take off the flywheel. There's a separator plate, obviously, and we can get a bit of a better look at what in the heck is causing all this leaking, these leaking issues. So, first thing I'm going to check is the pan gasket. 0 residue. Let's go on the far side. 0 residue. What I can see is the residue right here, obviously. And I can see, what I'm looking for is to see if there's any oil coming from the bolts themselves. Doesn't appear to be. I really think that if we look under that lip right there, you can see it's a little bit shiny, a little bit wet. So, reality is, was a new seal, whether it was a poor seal quality or something else. Check at the top, make sure the oil's not coming from anywhere up there. It doesn't look to be. Yeah, it looks, I'll just put my finger on here and just see. I mean, I can see the oil. I can see it on my finger, so. Definitely the rear seal. I mean, I installed it correctly and all that, but there's some issue there. Good news is not the pan gasket, at least unless it's leaking from under that ridge, but I really don't think so. Looks to me, especially with oil around there, that's definitely going to be a rear main seal. So I'll take a little closer look without the video on, but we're going to get that replaced. So that's what we're up to. We're going to deal with the engine leak from the rear main. We're going to deal with the AOD lines because they leak and they're terrible. We're going to upgrade that rear suspension, upgrade the starter, and most of this will be done. Gonna get some skinny wheels on order and get some gauges in the car, but definitely making progress. So there you go. That's an update about what's happening with Project Stocker. I'll post some videos shortly as we go through the process. Thanks again for watching.